I really suck at this whole YouTube thing. I know it's been like 2-3 weeks since I uploaded a video, possibly longer. Not that there's anyone really watching them, but you know. And also, I apologize if it's really loud in the background. Some of my fish got sick and I had to set up a third fish tank. So, you know, 3 filters, 2 air stones running kind of starts to get a little noisy. Anyway, this is my June book haul, which is kind of sad because I'm pretty sure the last video that I uploaded was my May book haul. But you know what? It's okay. Everything works out. It'll be fine. I bought 9 books this month. Didn't even intend to, didn't even really have the money to, and yet I did. So, moving on. Book number 1 is Hyperbole and a Half by Ali Brosh. And it's just a little book of like cartoons and funny stories told through those cartoons. I read it in like a day. It's honestly not a very long book, even though it looks thick, but it's not. It's mostly pictures. And it was actually really funny, and I really enjoyed reading it, and I would highly recommend it to anyone that loves the internet and memes in general. Second book that I bought, actually I think I bought it at the same time as that one, is Feedback by Mira Grant. I've been on a Mira Grant kick the last little bit. There are 2 more books in this haul by her, but this is sort of like kinda the 5th book, kind of, I just had the word, but kind of like companion novel to Feed, the first book in her Feed series, and or the Newsflash series, and basically it's the first book told from the perspective of the other side. So really excited to read this. Probably wait until I read the other 3 books in the series. I've only read the first one, so probably gonna wait a while on this one, but I saw it and I don't like having collections of books that are not finished, so I was like, I need that and I'll take it. So I got it. Next book that I got was Parasite by Mira Grant. Basically, this biotech company has developed a tapeworm that secretes all the medicine that you need, because in this world, and it's only like 10 years in the future, we have become so reliant on medications and allergy medications because we've sanitized our world so much that any little thing can make us sick. So that's the basis for it. Well, then the parasites kind of start to revolt, and there's this sleepwalking sickness which basically turns people into zombies, and then you're trying to figure out like what's causing the sleepwalking sickness, how do you stop it, can it be stopped, can it be cured, and all this other great stuff. And the main character is, you know, this great big oddity in this world because she was killed in a car crash, and for whatever reason, you know, after she was declared legally brain dead, and they're like, hey, do you guys want to pull the plug on your daughter, sister, girlfriend, whatever, she wakes up literally while they're in the room to make the decision to pull the plug on her. So, and the story starts a couple years after that, but that is a very, very important part in the series. I read it, I finished it, and I loved it, and Mira Grant is probably one of my favorite authors now. Also, when I bought Parasite, I bought Duskfall by Christopher Husberg. I do not remember what it's about at all, and I'm not going to sit here and read the back. I just know it's fantasy or sci-fi, somewhere in there, yeah, fiction fantasy. So I've been on a huge like adult fantasy sci-fi kick the last little bit, which is weird because normally I'm very strictly YA, but whatever. Next book I got was The Lost World by Michael Crichton, because I read Jurassic Park. I love Jurassic Park and the movies, and I've just been on a huge dinosaur kick lately as well, so I figured, oh, I'll get Lost World and read it, and I started it and got like 20 pages in, 27 pages in, And then I think I started reading Parasite, and yeah, once I started Parasite, that was it. There was no reading anything else. But also with the major flop that was like Dragon's Breath or whatever it was, that was like a first draft manuscript or something, and then they tried to publish it, and I've heard nothing but bad reviews for that book. So I figured that I would do Michael Crichton a solid and buy one of his older, hopefully better books. Next book I got was on clearance for like $6. It's The Girl in 6E. I've heard mixed reviews about it. Like, from what I can tell, the premise is really interesting. And one of my friends was like, oh yeah, you should read this. Because I read it and it was okay. But then, like, I looked up some reviews for it and they were kind of meh. So I don't know how I'm going to feel about this. The only reason I bought it was that it was $6, which it's normally 15. So, yeah. This is by A.R. Torr. After I bought that one, I bought the Inheritance trilogy. It's by N.K. Jemisin, which if you haven't watched my other couple videos, she has recently become like a goddess to me because she's such a great author and it's such great fantasy, but I got that as an ebook, so maybe I can put in a picture of the cover here. Maybe. Probably not, but maybe. And I'll put a link somewhere to my review of her other book, The Fifth Season, because it is really, really good, and I highly suggest her work. It's amazing. But it was like the entire trilogy on sale for like $10. Just, yes. And then I got Horns by Joe Hill. I've wanted to read this book ever since I heard the movie was coming out. And then I watched the movie and I loved it, and I still haven't read the book. And also the cover has Daniel Radcliffe on it, so yes. And also when I picked it up, I was really freaked out by how much how much Joe Hill looks like his dad. Like, his dad is Stephen King, and you can tell. To me, he looks like a clone of Stephen King. And then finally, I ordered Symbiote by Mira Grant. It's the sequel to Parasite, and only after ordering this book did I realize there was a third one in the series. I thought it was a duology. Nope, it's a trilogy, so my wallet does not thank you, but my heart does. And again, I'm not going to go into any spoilers because if anyone wants to read Parasite, but this is a really great series. The second book slowed down a little bit, but also I read 200 pages the first day I had it, so take that with a grain of salt. But I think those are all of the books that I bought in June. I don't have any plans to buy anymore because I am broke. Like, broke. And I just had to spend $50 setting up another fish tank so I could medicate my fish. So, probably won't buy as many books in July either. But you know what? It's okay. I have a lot of reading to get through. So, until the next time I decide to upload a video, bye.